morning. It's Friday mornings with Luann and Tim. So good to see you. Look at you. You did the whole week again, and you look so awesome doing it. How are you this morning, my friend?
I'm well. It's National Backward Day.
Is it?
Good morning, everyone.
I'm used to being backward.
It is. It's National Backward Day. It started on January the 31st, 1962, the same day that the Bond Sioux began.
Oh, my gosh.
And they encourage you to do things backwards. Two farm girls were sitting milking a cow one day, and I guess they got a little bored, and they started talking, and they lived in this little community when they were, and they started thinking, well, wouldn't it be funny if you had a day where you did everything backward? And they talked about it and talked about it, and they started talking about it with the community members, and then I guess they planned it for about 2 years. Anyway, then one day they all walked outside, and on January the 31st, 1962, everybody's walking backwards downtown.
Wow, that would be hard to do.
It's National Backward Day.
How do you eat backwards?
Well, you start with dessert.
Okay, I was thinking physically backward.
You spit it out. I don't know.
Right? You chew it, spit it out, and then...
You can do some different things. You can try writing backwards. You can try reading backwards and see if it makes it funny. You can wear your shirt backwards, like that lady on television. What was that story?
She's on the Today Show. Samantha Guthrie is her name. She's gorgeous. Yesterday morning she went on air and her dress was actually backwards.
She didn't realize it until...
She said, yeah, they were going, and 3, 2, 1, and she said, then it was obviously too late to change it. So she went like this, and she showed that she had the tag in front. She had just messed it up.
So she was early for Backwards Day.
Yes, she was.
Or play a board game and start at the finish line and finish at the start line and see how that works out for you.
You know what? I am so anal and so like not a broad thinker that I would have such a hard time. I would.
Can you write backwards?
I can write with my left hand, but I can't write backwards. No.
Sue Barber used to be able to start with the left hand and right hand and go this way.
No way.
She had one of those freaky brains that could do it all. Yeah, she was ambidextrous, like truly in her brain.
Truly in her brain. Yeah. Wow.
It's also Inspire Your Heart with Art Day. That's a nice one.
Yeah, that's like.
So just if you're not really somebody who generally takes art in, take a little moment today. If you're walking somewhere and you see a piece of art hanging somewhere in somebody's house, go to the art gallery. If you're, you know what? If you're downtown skating on that beautiful waterfront ice trail,
go warm up in there.
Go to the art gallery. If you've never been, why not go? And
beautiful.
Just look at a picture or a painting or a piece of art, a statue, whatever. And just take a moment and think, okay, what does this make me feel?
Right.
Is there a message I'm trying to get from this? Just, you know what?
Or do I feel nothing? Because, you know, like it's a good opportunity to figure out what you like and what you don't like.
If you feel nothing, what the heck is wrong with you? You passionless, emotionless person.
You're black-hearted.
Yeah. That's funny.
Also, art can be like music, can be performance.
That's true.
Can be anything,
and it's therapeutic. Hey, we were talking about
art can be craft dinner.
They're selling the powder for craft dinner now in like 1 pound things.
Wee.
Just the powder, not the noodle. Just the powder. You can make your own noodles and add the powder and the milk and the butter. Yeah, you can buy it in like huge containers now.
Where?
I don't know. I just saw it on the internet and I forgot to write it down. But anyway,
I love that.
I was just going to talk about the art because remember, there's a thing about they're doing this thing for seniors art therapy. Right?
Yes. So
the seniors get to do art. It's great for them. And so the Bond Sioux's holding a thing where you can go in and do art. I think you bring your kids, and it's by $2 donation, and the proceeds will go to help buy supplies for the seniors art therapy thing. So there you go.
And it's so good for everyone, art is, and then to be involved, it's social, it's dexterity management, it's creativity, it's all those
keeps
good
the brain
things.
firing in all those pistons.
It
is, of course, the first day of Bond Sioux, and we've got buttons to give away. If you'd like to, on our Facebook Live page, or send me an email to Timothy.
The Facebook Live page is over there.
Yeah, Timothy at superiormedia.ca, and tell me, what year is this for Bond Sioux? How many years has Bond Sioux been around? And you can win 2 buttons valued at $8.
It started in 1962, did you say?
Yes. So how old is it? There you go. And by the way, we've got lots of buttons to give out. So if you answer the question, you're going to win buttons. Just send an email or Facebook Live. Give us the number of years Bond Sioux's been around.
Like
we're going to give you some buttons. Yeah.
$8. So if you get a couple, then you're.
I asked that question yesterday, and I had one reply, and the answer was incorrect. Anyway, pay attention, people.
You can't give them heck and then give them something away. That's not nice.
Have you heard about E. Jean Carroll, the lady that met Donald Trump in the locker room, the dressing room?
No.
Oh my gosh, Luann, remember the story? Her name was E. Jean Carroll. I think, was she a reporter or a writer or something?
I think she was a clerk in the store.
She was shopping in the store.
Oh, she was.
And he said he wanted her to help him pick out something for a female companion. He was married to Marla Maples at the time.
I thought she was a salesperson in the store.
No, she said nobody was around, and he was there. There's E. Jean Carroll right there. She's 76 now, but it was she can't recall if it was 95 or 96. She'd met him before socially. Right. There was a picture taken, but they didn't know each other. She just knew that he was a real character in New York.
Well, he takes pictures with thousands of people. I don't know everybody.
So they're in Bergdorf Goodman, and he says, and he wants to go to the lingerie department, and he wants her to help him pick out something. So they end up in a dressing room together, and she thinks it's a joke. And she's like, here, she's going to tell him to put this lingerie on over your clothes and see how it looks. Ha, ha, ha. Well, the next thing you know, the door closes and he pushes her up against the thing and he forces his tongue down her throat. And she pushes him away and she's still kind of laughing, going, come on. Then the next thing you know, his hand goes up her skirt and he rapes her for about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So,
surprisingly, for about 3 minutes.
She was wearing a Donna Karen, that's all it took, and she said she wasn't sure if it was all the way in her part way, and she couldn't tell. Donna Karen,
small hands,
coat dress. She was wearing a Donna Karen coat dress. She never laundered it.
No way. Another Lewinsky dress?
Still hanging in her closet.
Stop it.
She already took it in. They've got DNA. 4 different people. They want to see if one of them is him. Her lawyers have approached Donald Trump, and has been asked to provide a sample by March the 2nd in Washington, D.C. They want his DNA to prove not only that he would know her, but that he was with her, and that perhaps they could go one step further and somehow prove that he actually raped her.
You know what, though? If there's other samples of DNA on that dress, what he's going to say is it was one of those guys.
Unless they were all female. Anyway, she said also the reason why she didn't report it was because she had all these friends, and she told the story to her friends, and she's got friends who corroborate that she came and said, Donald Trump molested me in the locker room, in the dressing room at Bergdorf Goodman. And they said, don't.
It's not worth it.
He's got 200 lawyers. He will bury you. Just don't tell anybody. Well, she's talking now, and nobody's buying it. Everybody's saying, oh yeah, isn't this convenient? Just when the Senate trial is about to conclude and they're not going to allow witnesses and he's going to be acquitted, now she comes along and says she's got DNA.
You know what?
Well, let's wait and see.
Yeah, let's just wait and see.
It'll be interesting.
Maybe she doesn't need witnesses either. Maybe she's got her dress. Schitt's Creek ended, right?
Yes, it did.
Yes, unfortunately. So many people love that show. Catherine O'Hara, thank you.
You're welcome.
In an interview, said that she admitted to stealing something from the set, and she said, "I took some wigs and the clothes, some clothes." Well, of course she did. That was her thing. That's who she was. She had to take the clothes.
Why wouldn't she have it in her? I would have it in my contract, my closet. If I like a garment, I'm keeping it.
I'm. You know what?
Do you think they're going to begrudge her that?
Some of them, though, were a little.
Right?
Yeah. She had a waist like it looked like a huge belt, and then had this thing sticking out of it. Yeah. Oh my! I don't want.
Kind of like the Jennifer Lopez dress at the.
Yeah. Although you could wear it to the Massey Fair. You know, you could do that. It would
you wear it to Bonsu to the family dance?
You could wear it to Bonsu to the family dance.
Okay, wait. So you were talking about that. Did you see the girl? What's her name? The girl from Schitt's Creek, the actress. She was on Kelly Clarkson's show.
Oh.
And they did this. There's a popular song out right now that's kind of like a rap song, and it's kind of girly girl, and I don't really know it, but they did their version of it, and it was hysterically funny. I'll show it to you later. You can watch it. It's on
Kelly
YouTube.
Clarkson is so phenomenal.
I thought it was cool that girl from Schitt's Creek got on Kelly Clarkson's show.
Yeah. Kelly Clarkson was at an award show presenting an award. And before the person actually got up on stage, she said, "By the way, I love Schitt's Creek."
Really?
Yeah.
Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah. She just loves the show. There they are.
And they did this routine, and it was so funny.
Cute.
Kelly was like all fluffing her hair and being all like wild. And speaking of pop stars, The Zone is a pop-up experience for Britney Spears fans in Los Angeles.
Oh, this thing is a monster.
It's 30,000 square feet. It's built in a former Kmart It's got 10 rooms inspired by Britney's iconic music. There's the plane from the music video Toxic. That's one of the things you can go into. That's the Mars exhibit from Oops, I Did It Again. There's also, now that one, that's the cathedral. That's the altar from Blackout, her video. These are all exhibits you walk into and you can perform in there. There is the snake dancing exhibit from I'm a Slave for You.
Okay, the snake's not real.
I don't know about that, but there are some real. See the gymnasium? The gym, that's from high school. Baby One More Time.
Oh, her
They
first.
have a lockers basketball court and an appearance by a family friend and her personal assistant, Felicia Coletta, who reprises her role from the music video with you when you're in the exhibit.
Oh my word!
You can do a chair dance to Stronger and a dance off against Spears' Body Double from Me Against the Music.
I would do a chair dance off. Nope. Like
and
that.
then at the end, there's a paparazzi interaction where your face ends up on a tabloid.
That sounds
can you
like
imagine,
fun.
If you're a Britney Spears fan, wouldn't that be a blast?
I'd probably cost you $845.38.
Well, you got to fly to LA to do it too.
Well, there's that. There's that little thing.
So on the show today.
Was
it on Tuesday of this week that was it Tuesday we had the boo boo? What happened? We had some video.
Wednesday, Wellness Wednesday.
Was that when it was? Okay, well anyway, we were supposed to air this, what we're airing today. We were at Harvest Algoma, which is under the umbrella of the United Way.
That's not what I was thinking of, but yes.
Okay, well, so we had two videos. We went there to do one video, but we got so excited about the changes and the developments at Harvest Algoma. I got so overwhelmed, I was like...
He got excited.
We need to turn this into two segments, because this is so cool. So, but there was a problem with the video when it was uploaded. So it's all fixed though, and so today you get to see Construction, which is such a fun event, and it's a way to get non-perishable items to the food banks through Harvest Algoma, because they are like the distribution center. And then also we go on a tour of Harvest Algoma to get all the updates. So,
terrific.
And it's Fur and Feathers Friday, so we're going to have our friend from the Humane Society here. Laura will join us from the Humane Society, and of course you said it's a busy news day.
Oh my gosh, I've got news coming out of my ears.
There you go. Well, that's a good. I'd rather have it come out of your mouth so we could hear it.
Not necessarily. I'm not doing well with the reads today.
Well, we'll give you a go at this. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mornings with Luann and Tim. It's Friday, and we'll see you in just a minute.
Home, lighting is just as important as style.
With PowerView Motorization from Hunter Douglas, you can schedule your shades to light up the room, create privacy, or both, automatically. No hands required.
So your shades will always be in the right place at the right time in style. And it's only from Hunter Douglas.
Angelo, it's me, Vito. Imbecile, your brother. Listen, you bring 10 gallons of flat eggshell or white paint.
This past year, we've been celebrating our 65th anniversary, dating back to services originating in our community in 1954, which is quite some time ago. It's been a great opportunity this past year to recognize the pioneers, the stakeholders that worked tirelessly to create what we are today. I'm grateful for everything that the families 65 years ago and the people that assembled the organization have done in order for us to achieve the success that we're experiencing 65 years later.
This is On TV.
Welcome back to Mornings with Luann and Tim. It's always a pleasure to welcome Mike Delfrey on the show. Mike, you are the
Director of Operations.
Food Security for Harvest Algoma.
United Way Harvest Algoma, that's correct.
I almost got it. Yeah. I had to ask him 4 times and I still didn't get it right. Anyway, it's a pleasure to see you again.
Thank you.
Now,
for coming.
It's a pleasure. So we're here actually on site at Harvest Algoma, located on 2nd Line West. What's the address here?
We're 446 2nd Line West, the former Croatian Hall.
Yeah, and there's a sign right up front that now says United Way Harvest Algoma.
That's correct.
Yeah.
This is the food resource center that we operate.
Right.
To be able to receive food from manufacturers in large volumes and distribute to the community agencies that need food for clients or for people like food banks or soup kitchens.
So this is reducing hunger, reducing poverty, and how many organizations do you deliver food to throughout the city?
Well, in the Sault and Algoma, there's a total of 29 right now currently that we support with food, primarily food, but also personal care donations. And this year, toys. We were able to receive a large donation of toys that went to Christmas Cheer and Children's Aid and other agencies. So our role kind of got expanded this year for the first time. It was a lot of fun to be able to provide toys to families at Christmas as well.
Right. So the reason we're visiting you today is because, as you can see beside me, hi, Michelle, over there. That's Michelle Cicchini. Y'all know Michelle from the Station Mall, marketing manager. So the Station Mall and United Way Harvest Algoma are joining up for this fun event called Canstruction. You're going to make structures out of cans. This is another way to get people to donate canned goods. Tell me how this contest is going to work, Michael.
Well, Canstruction is a competition where teams enter, so teams from businesses or organizations or sport groups, any group of people, a team of 10 people, and they have to come up with a design of an exhibit that uses canned foods, either canned or packaged foods, in their exhibit. And then there are different categories in the competition. And
you can use packaged foods too.
So paper products or just cardboard, cereal boxes, any food container will qualify. And the competition will be held at the Station Mall late April, early May for 2 weeks. And there's different categories in the competitions. The most complex design, for example, or the exhibit that uses the most cans. There's a People's Choice Award. There's six awards that teams can win. And it's a different way of raising food for the agencies we support rather than a door-to-door food drive, which there are already 3 of them in the city.
Right. So the teams, I'm going to bring you in now, Michelle, because the teams are going to actually provide their own canned food, non-perishable items to use in the Canstruction. Right. You little mastermind. Sarnia, tell us the story.
Okay, so what ended up happening was I come from Sarnia, and because I came from Sarnia, this event was running for now almost 10 years.
Okay.
So when I became the marketing manager at Station Mall, I thought there's got to be a way of stealing this event.
It's not stealing, it's just duplicating.
Okay, yeah, steal the deal. So anyways, take this and actually bring it to the Soo.
Okay.
And when I met Mike Delfrey's, one of his staff, I think it was Jessica, at the Health and Wellness show at the Station Mall, I went, oh my gosh, I need to talk to you people. We need to do this event.
So tell me what some of the nets that you got, like the net weight of food. What was that figure you came up with from Sarnia, the success that they had?
I believe last year they had over 38,000 pounds of food that this event did.
Brought in.
Yeah, that brought in. Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to come back to you in a little bit, and we're going to do our own little Canstruction to give an example. So, Michael, you're looking for what kinds of participants? Businesses, service groups, that kind of thing?
Yeah, we need. We're hoping for our first event this year to have something like 8 to 10 teams. So, a business would be a good example that would be interested in putting a team in, coming up with their own design. So, we're also recruiting architects and engineers engineers to assist with the design to make sure that it's structurally sound. There's a lot of rules that construction has that you have to follow in order to compete in the competition. And so we're providing some resources for those folks. And then it's a good team building exercise for a company, for their employees, or for a sports team, or a school, a service club, that type of thing.
Maybe even like a school, a classroom, whatever. You could build something that looks like your school, a duplicate of your school shape, something like that. Or if you work for the city of Sault Ste. Marie, maybe you could make the logo, the colored logo that that's so popular.
That's right.
Michelle, come back over.
Okay.
When is the event in the mall?
April 26th, and that's when their build is.
So is there a deadline for the team registration, guys?
Yeah, we have to know that we have enough teams to make a competition viable. We're hoping to kick this off with the Take 5 in February, February 20th. So that would pretty much be the deadline date. And as I say, we hope to get enough teams to make a first event competitive and viable. And this is obviously intended to be an annual event in the spring, because the other food drives in the city are done generally in the summer or the fall.
Okay.
So
I have to tell you about the construction, though. So when they come into the mall on the 25th, they're allowed to store their items in different places, getting ready for their build. They're allowed only 1 day to build. And then once it's built, they have a time.
The exhibit sits there for how long?
2 weeks. So it's there until May 9th. And
that's when they're collecting the votes for People's Choice?
Choice Awards, yes, definitely.
So they get 1 day to build, but they can store everything there, and then it sits there for 2 weeks for everyone, for the public to enjoy.
Yeah, so everybody gets to see it.
Right.
And if you like one of the construction
structures,
yes, one of the structures, you can do a donation right there, and the structure that wins the most or gets the most votes or the most money, is the one that wins the People's Choice Award.
Choice Award.
That's right.
Okay, so now the reason we're on the show today really is just this is a call out to potential teams. We're going to do another interview later. We're going to have Sarah McCleary join us, because she's won St. Vincent Place is one of the many recipients of all the food that you collect. So this is a call out to teams. So who do they get a hold of? You, Michael, tell me.
I chair the committee, because this is a Harvest Algoma event in partnership with the Station Mall. So anyone who's interested in either having a presentation about the construction event at their workplace, I'll be happy to come and do that. Or if they just like information, we have an information kit that we've produced that we can send to a business or a group. If they have questions, just give me a call here at Harvest Algoma. They can get our number from our website or from our Facebook.
We'll put it on the screen too, Michael, okay? Yeah. And now, before we say goodbye, do you have anything else to add?
No, I'm just putting a call out, kind of making sure that people really, really embrace this event. It's a great, worthwhile cause.
It's fun, and it's going to raise a whole ton of food and hopefully money for the People's Choice Award for this team building exercise too. I see more people coming in, and this is an amazing place. This is what I want to do. Before we say goodbye, Michael, will you quickly give us a little tour from place to place and show us some of the great stuff that's going on here at Harvest Algoma? I want to go first of all to the toys, because that's all new, and hear more about how that happened with the Salvation Army. So we went through the magic. We're going to wander over to the toys.
Yeah. See ya.
This is On TV.
Hi, can I take your order? Hello?
Oh, hey. Wait, what was the question?
Let me guess. One driving high combo, extra baked?
No. Could I get a burger with a side of fries?
Think you're a better driver when you're high? Think again. If you smoked weed, wait at least 4 hours before getting behind the wheel, or don't drive at all if you're new to it, have eaten it, or if you've mixed it with alcohol.
In your home, lighting is just as important as style.
With PowerView Motorization from Hunter Douglas, you can schedule your shades to light up the room. Create privacy, or both, automatically. No hands required.
So your shades will always be in the right place at the right time in style. And it's only from Hunter Douglas.
Imagine knowing about incidents, closures, and roadwork all before starting your trip. Ontario 511 lets you know before you go. You can get real-time information directly from the Ministry of Transportation, because the more you know, the easier it is for you to go. And spend the time doing the things that matter most.
I'm delinquent. I was supposed to announce this, I think, on Tuesday. Trina put this on my desk.
4 months ago on Tuesday.
No. I want to congratulate Linda Alloy, because Linda won the Superior Media Contest. She won tickets to the Jack de Kaiser concert.
Nice.
For Bon Soup, which is now sold out. Congratulations to Linda. You're going and nobody else can go, and you didn't get tickets, Sault Ste. Marie. You snooze, you lose. There's still tickets available for other...
You give, you take.
Yeah, right? Jenny Pearson and Carol Bell, congratulations, you won Bon Soup buttons. More people can win Bon Soup buttons. I have another question for you.
Oh!
Okay.
Now?
Yes.
Okay, what is it?
The question is, where are the bum slides located this year for Bon Soup? Where do you go on the bum slides? And it's not Laird Raceway, because people were thinking that because Laird Raceway sponsored the bum slides. Where are the bum slides located? You tell me, and you'll win Bon Soup buttons.
I just came up with
Facebook Live or Timothy at superiormedia.ca. What?
We need next winter, we need to do a location shoot at the bum slides on Bum Slide Thursday.
That's brilliant. As a matter of fact, I am going to be
impressed.
No, that was a really good idea. I am going to be at the bum slides because we're going on location with the Bon Soup High School Winter Olympics.
Oh!
Started off with Project ABCD years ago, and it's all about getting out, getting fit, healthy lifestyle choices. So the kids all go and compete in things like tug of wars and ringette games on the ice, and the whole parking lot's done at this place where the bum slides are located. So we're going to have that next week. So I'll be at the bum slides.
So you're going to do a taping of it?
I'm doing a taping, yeah. You want to go live to the bum slides?
Yes.
It's friggin' cold. You want to do a live remote for the whole show
With
outside?
the hot air that surrounds you, will be warm for days. Meghan Trainor
I never.
Yes, you
once
have.
in a while.
Meghan Trainor loves Dr. Phil. Loves Dr. Phil. She was on Instagram talking, me too, talking about how her brother, for her birthday, got her tickets to go see the show. And then she talked about the show and how much fun she had, and he's just so handsome. And so then...
Handsome?
Then she did All About That Bass in James Corden's Carpool Karaoke. So she sits down and she's just talking about, I can't believe I'm here and I'm so excited. And as she's chatting, she looks up and Dr. Phil is in the back seat. She sees him in the rearview mirror. She says, "Oh my God, I'm so excited, I want to vomit."
Not in the car, not in the car.
Not in the car. Don't go in the car.
Well, that's very fun.
So then she said, she started to sing All About the Bass, and she said it blew my mind because Dr. Phil was in the back singing too.
Wild.
Grooving.
On 1747.
On 1747?
In 1747.
I just did a U. That's not very nice.
You can correct me all you want. It doesn't bother me. I have a strong level of self-esteem. In 1747, on this date, the first venereal disease clinic opened in London. Woohoo! In the London Lock Hospital in England.
What year was that?
1747. Things haven't, we still are struggling, by the way. Did you know this? That in 2016, this isn't that long ago, 2016, Algoma Public Health announced that we had the third highest rates of gonorrhea in all of the 36 public health units. It was a 270% spike since 2010.
What? What?
I'm telling you. See, people think that they can just slack off, but no. And there are new strains of chlamydia that the old ways of treating them are not as efficient.
Well, like everything, you try to improve.
Listen, no glove, no love, people. I'm telling you, you got to watch it. Syphilis, which was like almost wiped out, is back.
Wow.
Yes, you got to be careful.
Norovirus, this?
Yeah, right. And do you know why it's called the clap?
No.
Because gonorrhea has the nickname the clap. Okay,
yes.
So there's a couple of stories. One is that apparently there's a French word clapoir, which means rabbit hutch. And rabbits are known for going at it all the time. So in Paris,
boinking like rabbits.
Yeah, in medieval France, in medieval Paris, there was a brothel area known as Les Clapiers. And if you went there, you got Le Clap. But the other one is this. Before they had antibiotics, because that's how you get rid of gonorrhea, is antibiotics.
A shot of penicillin.
Exactly. So before they had that, though, and you know what happens with gonorrhea is its pus builds up in your urethra. That's what it is. It's an infection. It's a bacteria, and it builds up
in your urethra.
That's why it itches and burns.
Ow.
Because it's all full of pus.
Ow.
And at some point, you can't even pee because the pus gets so bad. So you know what they would do?
Good
Pull down
night.
your pants, where's your penis? And they would pop like a zip.
Stop it.
The clap. Every man
Stop
watching this right now just went, what? Yes, and it's true.
You know what? I like that story better.
The clap.
When you get injected with
Keep it wrapped up, kids.
Penicillin, does it have to be injected into the...
I don't believe so. No. You do get pills. You get pills for gonorrhea, for venereal, for
initially.
sexually transmitted infections. They're not called STDs anymore.
What are they called?
STIs, sexually transmitted infections. They're not diseases, they're infections.
Oh.
I teach you so much on this show, don't I, people?
Oh, he's exhausted.
Wait a minute, now it's time for the news.
Let's
see how she does. Let's judge her harshly, okay?
Judge harshly. The read wasn't awesome
She doesn't
today.
like that. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The news starring my friend and co-host Lou Ann Young on mornings. Oh, and thanks to KC Security for
KC Security, you guys are so awesome. Thank you for sponsoring every single morning. We'll see you after this. City police arrested 27-year-old Tony Agawa, 31-year-old Jesse Nealand, and 49-year-old Jody Schroeder for possession of stolen property. Officers observed a vehicle on Northern Avenue that was reported stolen on January 28th. After the three suspects entered the vehicle, they were arrested. A search found Nealand to be in possession of small quantities of what is believed to be heroin and methamphetamine. She's charged with possession of stolen property and 2 counts of possession of a controlled substance. Schroeder is charged with 1 count of possession of stolen property, and Agawa is also charged with possession of stolen property as well as 2 counts of breach of probation. Sue MP Terry Sheehan has been reappointed as a member of the Standing Committee on International Trade. Yesterday, Bill C-4 was tabled by the Honourable Chrystia Freeland in the House of Commons. Bill C-4 implements the Canada-United States-Mexico Agreement. Following debate in the House of Commons, the bill will be sent to the International Trade Committee, where members will undertake a study as part of the process in the move towards implementation of CUSMA. On November 30th, 2018, Canada, the United States, and Mexico signed an agreement to replace NAFTA with CUSMA. The agreement provides key outcomes for Canadian businesses, workers, and communities in areas such as labor, environment, automotive trade, dispute resolution, culture, energy, and agriculture and agri-food. Importantly, CUSMA also includes language on gender and Indigenous peoples' rights. The work of the Trade Committee was instrumental in the successful removal of the illegal Section 232 tariffs imposed on Canadian steel and aluminum products by the United States government.
In a minority parliament, the message is different political parties and MPs of different stripes need to work together to deliver for Canadians. And that's a lesson we can all take as Canadians.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau told supporters at a GTA fundraiser that the CUSMA deal will help all Canadians, and he believes it will be supported in the minority parliament. Trudeau made the comments at a party fundraiser in Mississauga last night, saying he has received indications other parties will help his government pass legislation to approve the deal.
And this is an example of where we're beginning to see political parties across the aisle, despite their criticisms of each other and of us, are realizing that some things go beyond politics. That's why we're pleased to see lots of early indications that we're going to be able to move forward responsibly but rapidly on the ratification of this deal that is good news for Canadians, for their families, for businesses, for investors, and for everyone in North America.
Contract talks are to resume today for a third day in a row between Ontario's public elementary teachers and the government. Today is also the deadline the Elementary Teachers Federation of Ontario has given to reach a deal with the government, or the union will ramp up strikes next week. The two sides return to the bargaining table Wednesday for the first time since December 19th. The elementary teachers have been holding one-day rotating strikes for 2 weeks, but they're planning to walk out at each board twice a week starting next week if no deal is reached today. ETFO rotating strikes today are to hit the Peel and Hamilton Wentworth school boards. Meanwhile, in another crack in the teacher government stalemate, the province's English Catholic teachers say they will return to the bargaining table after talks broke off earlier this month. Ontario will spend $1.6 billion more this fiscal year to stabilize hydro rates for customers, but opposition critics say the additional spending will do nothing to bring down the rising cost of electricity. Finance Minister Rod Phillips said yesterday that the government will exceed the $4 billion it had previously budgeted for subsidies to keep prices stable, bringing the total to $5.6 billion. He made the announcement as the Progressive Conservative government provided a quarterly update on the province's finances, blaming the previous Liberal government's Fair Hydro Plan and green energy deals for creating an environment that Phillips said has led to an increase in hydro rates. The Liberals brought in their Fair Hydro Plan back in 2017, and the policy lowered time of use rates by 25% by removing from bills a portion of the global adjustment, a change consumers paid for above market rates to power producers. Over the next decade, a new entity overseen by Ontario Power Generation was to pay that difference and take on debt to do so. Then the cost of paying back that debt, which would have been up to $28 billion under the Liberal plan, was to go back onto ratepayers' bills for the next 20 years. The structure meant the costs of the plan were kept off government books. The Auditor General criticized the plan, saying it would cost the province an extra $4 billion. Blackhawks power play goal early in the first period stood as the winner as the Greyhounds fended off the Petes 2-1. Ty Kartai also scored for the Greyhounds.
A message from the Government of Canada.
In your home, lighting is just as important as style.
With PowerView Motorization from Hunter Douglas, you can schedule your shades to light up the room. Create privacy, or both, automatically. No hands required.
So your shades will always be in the right place at the right time in style. And it's only from Hunter Douglas.
Michael, you talked about the Salvation Army. Tell me the story, because I didn't know any of this before, and it's kind of sad, but now I'm very happy.
Well, the Salvation Army has, for many years, developed relations with suppliers, manufacturers, wholesalers of both food and toys and furniture that families need, especially when there's a disaster, a fire, or something like that.
Sure.
So this year, the Salvation Army contacted us and Christmas Cheer to say that they had access to a toy donation from an organization called Toy Mountain in Toronto, which is a toy liquidator.
Okay.
And they contacted them and said, we would be willing to take toys. And ironically, the organization initially said, well, what would you like to have in terms of toys? So and how many?
Volume.
Yeah, volume. And we were thinking, well, like 1,000 toys would be tremendous for Christmas cheer and so forth. And they said, well, how about 10,000? And we said, where would we put 10,000 toys? So we estimate we received 2 tractor trailer loads of toys, somewhere in the range of 400 to 4,500 toys. This is an example of one of them, these pool sets that you can see here. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh my gosh.
They sent us 40 of these.
40?
40 of this is what's left, because they've been mostly distributed to agencies. So it's a pool with a waterfalls with balls, and it's just a terrific little toy. 40 of these. They sent us, I think there was 4 skids of Lego sets, Batman Lego, Spider-Man Lego kits, and these toy kits are like $100, $150 each.
Right.
And they sent us 4 skids of those, so a skid would hold about 500 units.
And sort of the bittersweet part of this is that there was the potential for these donations earlier on, that there was just no place to keep them.
The Sioux didn't have a location that was big enough to receive and store and distribute, whether it was food or toys or furniture or anything like that. Well, we're now the United Way has filled that void
with Harvest Algoma and this space.
Algoma and this space.
Brilliant. I want to go over and see some of these, a skid that just arrived. Oh, is it gone already?
No.
All the fresh produce, it's still there. Okay, we're going to wander over there now. Hang on. So, Mike, this is an example. By the way, we just walked by this amazing little play set that came off the transports.
Yes.
Where is it going?
We have a children's teaching garden that the Downtown Kiwanis Club is sponsored, so it'll be added to the children's teaching garden this summer.
Love it. Yeah. Now I'm standing in front. This is an example of what arrives from where?
Well, this came from a grocery store, so we call this a rescue.
Food rescue.
This food, if it wasn't given to us, would probably have gone in the garbage.
Wow, okay.
So we have a food rescue coordinator, Carson Beauregard's his name, and his job is to visit grocery stores and restaurants, and if there's surplus food or damaged food products or food from a wedding or a banquet, etc., we can rescue that now. There are new laws in Ontario that permit that food to be rescued or saved.
Right.
And brought here like this to be stored, and then agencies come here on a weekly basis, sometimes more than once a week.
Right.
And we'll pick up an order of food, whether it's canned goods, whether it's packaged goods, whether it's frozen goods, or food that we grow in our gardens. Or this year we're installing 200-foot greenhouses on our
greenhouses,
property.
Right. As well as the above-ground planters that you have, right?
We have 32 raised beds we'll be planting. So those are the 3 sources of food: surplus food, rescued food, and food we grow.
So thanks very much to the local supermarkets who provide these things.
They have been wonderful. The supermarkets are starting to step up and say, we have either surplus product that doesn't sell and we have to change it because we want new product, or we have damaged goods.
Right.
There happens to be a tear in a package or something.
You can see behind me all the shelves here of canned goods. Now, this is not a place for people to come and actually pick up food. You are a distributor of the food.
That's correct. We distribute to 29 agencies in the community.
Like Women in Crisis, like
Ken Brown and Pauline's Place and Indian Friendship Center.
On and on and on. Right. So, but the idea here is that you can still come here. The public is welcome to come here to drop stuff off.
Sure.
What are your office hours?
Monday to Friday, 8:30 to 4:30. And we do have people who come and will either bring in food, or in some cases, they'll bring in appliances, kitchen appliances. We have kettles and etc. Or they'll bring in preserving jars.
We do a lot of that.
We do a lot of that.
So you can use the jars and lids.
We need jars.
You do?
Yes,
oh, I brought some.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
So, or
rather than recycle all that stuff, when you buy your tomato sauce from a grocery store and you get the jars, bring them here, right?
Sure. Yeah, instead of going in a landfill. So we are in fact beginning a new large waste reduction program to try to reduce the amount of waste that goes into the landfill.
Okay, let's go to the freezer, because I haven't been in your freezer yet. Let's go. Here we go. Freezer. Okay, this is just one of the freezers here, Mike. And tell me what this is right here.
Well, here's a rescue from a local deli, and these are chicken carcasses that they give us, and we make chicken stock from this.
So they take the breast meat off and stuff, but they give you the whole carcass.
That's right.
And from that you make stock.
We make stock, and you can see there's a lot of meat left on it.
Absolutely is. How much do you get?
Well, we get about on average somewhere between 10 and 12 boxes like this a week.
Which allows you to make what?
We're making about 500 or about 50 gallons of chicken soup a week.
Oh, this is the small freezer. Now, Jacob, watch your step. He's going to do this mobily. Good for him, man. Look at him walk backwards and hold a camera at the same time. This is your fridge.
This is one of our fridges. We have 2.
So they have the capacity. See, I didn't realize you had the capacity for perishable goods as well.
Sure.
So is there a light in here or what? Okay. This is a good size. Look at this fridge.
So you can see.
You got your fruits?
We get surplus, fruit from grocery stores or people's gardens. These are cabbages.
Oh, that's a good point. People's gardens. People always have extra zucchinis and stuff,
That's right. And we're promoting what's a program called Grow a Row, asking people to add a row to their garden to donate to us so that we have fresh produce that we can cook and vacuum pack and freeze and use all winter.
Now, wait till you see the large freezer, because I want to show you just what... Oh, there you go. Hi, Jacob. You okay? Don't fall down. Workers' compensation. This freezer is... I know restaurants in this city who would kill for a walk-in... You go first, Jacob. Would kill for a walk-in freezer like this. So you want to know how much space Harvest Algoma under the United Way has for your donations? So people can bring you perishable goods now.
We've had donations from people who are maybe cleaning out a freezer when someone dies, for example.
Yes.
And they have all the produce in that freezer. So we have
the room behind us here.
Frozen, cooler bags that people can use to bring frozen goods here, or we'll go and get that. We have the equipment to do that.
Oh,
the key is to cut down on the amount of food that's wasted and that goes into the landfill.
And end poverty and hunger.
And try to end poverty and hunger.
Okay, let's go build a construction.
Absolutely. That's a lot of fun.
Here we go.
Yeah.
We made a pyramid.
That's right. Looks just like the Luxor Hotel in Las Vegas.
The Luxor Hotel in Las Vegas. So look, this was so much fun. You can participate. Get a team together. Get a hold of Mike Delfrey. The information's on your screen right now. Enter the construction competition, win prizes, and you're going to donate the food that you use to build your thing at the same time. What a wonderful event.
It is a fun event, and it's interesting that charity can be fun if people really get excited and get involved in it. But there is a serious message here, and that is that there is a lot of hunger in Sault Ste. Marie, a lot more than people realize, because hunger is invisible. Unlike homelessness, where people are on the street, there are seniors in their homes that are having trouble paying their utilities and their taxes and their mortgage, and have to eat as well. So we don't want to lose the seriousness of it, but there's no question it's a lot of fun. Thank you for doing this. Thank you to the Station Mall for bringing this idea to Harvest Algoma, and hopefully we'll get a first event going this year and do it annually and really help a lot of people.
And we'll see you back on the show with Sarah McCleary, representing St. Vincent Place, who's one of the recipients of the food that the Harvest Algoma provides to the food banks across the city. So stay tuned for that interview closer to the date of the actual construction event, which again, the date is
April 26th, and then the structures will be in place until May 9th. Hope to see you all there.
We'll be back with Luann right after this.
Imbecile, your brother! Listen, you bring 10 gallons of flat eggshell white paint.
Recently, the Government of Ontario established a $100 million affordability fund to help Ontarians who don't qualify for low-income conservation programs ease the burden of their electricity bill. Whether you rent or own your home, as long as you pay your electric bill, you could qualify. There are 3 levels of support available. The first is a home energy kit with upgrades like smart power bars and LED light bulbs. The second includes Energy Star appliances that help keep things cool during the hot summer months. The third is for electrically heated homes so that your power bills don't break the bank during those long Canadian winters. Plus, all upgrades, including installation, are completely free of charge. Visit affordabilityfund.org or call 1-855-494-FUND to find out if you qualify.
If you're struggling with thoughts of suicide, there is hope and there is help. You matter. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The calls are free and confidential. Call 1-800-273-TALK. That's 1-800-273-8255. You are not alone.
Happy Bonsu, Laura.
Happy Bonsu.
Happy Bonsu, kitty cat.
This is Frisky.
Frisky? Are you, the food got named after this cat?
Yes.
Frisky. Is Frisky actually Frisky?
Not really.
Because Frisky is an elderly cat.
Yes, Frisky is currently our oldest resident up for adoption for the cats. She's 12 years old.
She's 12?
She's 12 years old.
You don't look 12, Frisky.
No, she's in great health condition.
Great health?
Yeah.
But her fur was not in great shape, you said.
No, her owner...
You can see. Look,
yeah,
she's, what do you call it? It's
a lion cut.
It is a lion cat.
Yeah.
That's why she's got a bit
She's
of
got a
mane
little poof on her tail.
Yeah, but she had gotten matted, so...
Yeah, her elderly owner, I think. I mean, they, unfortunately, it just kind of slips by them,
of course. Yeah,
she was
happens.
very matted. She's got that fur that you have to maintain.
You do? You brush cats?
Yes. I have 2 long-haired cats at home that I brush every single morning.
Well, she just meowed at you.
Yes, he did.
It's a boy.
It's a girl.
It's a girl.
Yeah.
So you brush... I said, I didn't know you brush cats. Do cats like being brushed?
Yes. My cats hear the brush come out, and I end up with all 4 of them, like, swarming me like piranha.
No. So when you started shaving her, was she all happy?
Oh, it felt so amazing for her, and it had to be a really close shave, like right down to skin. But then you start rubbing her skin, and it felt so good to finally have air.
So good, Frisky. And that fur will grow back?
Oh yeah, it's already starting to.
It's already starting.
It takes only about 3 months, really.
Look at her, cute. She's got the little wrinkles. Look at her tail go.
I know, she's getting a little irritated with me.
Oh, is she? Oh, okay, because you're making her sit for too long.
I am.
This cat has already been spayed?
Yeah, she came in spayed too, so she's our...
So the owner really did love this cat.
Yeah, and it was the family. I think the owner went into a home, and the family had just taken on a cat, actually from the shelter, that was a quiet cat. And they tried for a couple of days, and it was not going to go well. They were already adding a shy cat to the home, and then to add another one on top of it.
It was too much.
It was too much.
Oh, they made an effort. They sound like a nice family.
Absolutely. They adopted one of our shyest cats.
Oh, good. So now, for this cat, what's the ideal home, Laura, for Frisky?
I mean, I would say like a quieter home. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, no children. She is actually, quite outgoing.
She'd be okay with kids.
Older kids, I think, or even younger kids that aren't that are gonna respect her personal space.
How long can a cat like this live?
18, 20 years.
Wow, so even though she's 12 years old, you can have this cat in your life for 6 to 8 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's
and she
wonderful.
does, I've found that I've had her loose with a couple of our other older quiet cats, and she gets along with them fine.
She does.
Yeah, she doesn't care.
She has a lovely personality. And for this time of the year, I see a little bit of dry skin going on. Is that normal?
This is really normal because of the heat's been on for so long. They tend to get drier, dandruffy skin.
That's okay though. That's not a condition or anything, is it?
No, with regular brushing, that helps bring the oils out in the coat.
Is there a special cat brush, or do you use a dog brush? Same thing, wire brush? What?
There's a bunch of different kinds of brushes. If you've got a dandruff issue, sometimes the rubber brushes, they actually help stimulate the skin to bring the oils out. For a cat like her, you'll probably want like a little arsenal of tools, like dematting combs, and then just your regular, it's called a slicker brush. That's the one with all those teeth.
Okay. What does the slicker brush do?
It just maintains.
Yep. Okay. What about diet for this cat? Do all cats, do you like a combination of wet and dry, just dry, always wet? Is there a recommendation?
You should always have dry available to them.
Is that because it's good for their teeth and stuff, and it cleans the tartar, the dry food?
Too much wet food can cause teeth issues, but it can also cause overweight. But we do always recommend a little bit of wet food at least once or twice a day, like a tablespoon. That increases the moisture in their diet and can help prevent urinary tract infections.
That was a good question I asked.
You did was.
I should have asked that one before. All cats are indoor cats, by the way, ladies and gentlemen.
She wouldn't be 12 unless she was.
And then prices then for this cat.
She's a reduced adoption fee, so she's only $50.
Only $50, and you can take this beautiful cat home.
Yes.
And it's a busy time right now. You said the end of the month tends to get a little busy at the shelter.
It does, and I mean, we're still pretty full right now, but it's a busy adoption time for us.
Now, you mentioned Kevin in the other room was asking about possibly adopting. They've had a conversation, he and his partner, talking about maybe time for a pet. So what would you recommend then for someone who's considering for the first time ever having a pet? Would you want them to come in and talk to you?
Absolutely.
Have a little consult?
Yeah, because we know our dogs very, very well. And I mean, I know our adoption application can be slightly daunting. It's about 6 pages, but that really helps us with your answers match you to the best dog. So it's not a matter of going back and maybe you see a breed you like or, a size you like. It's really about the dog's personality and your family life, your situation that we can best match. Because sometimes if it's, a pretty golden retriever in the back, that dog's personality might not match your home.
Right on. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Great day. Thanks for being here as always.
My pleasure.
Laura from the Humane Society, you can go and pick up Frisky over here and give that cat a beautiful home. And we'll be back to say goodbye with Luann right after this.
It's hunting season, so this is probably pretty stupid, right? Actually, hunting accidents kill somewhere around 2 people a year in Ontario. Smoking kills 16,000 a year. So, what's really stupid?
I got some buttons left over. Congratulations. Hey, a couple of friends of mine who watched the show.
Awesome.
Kim Smith-Berry, the producer of The Addams Family. And Kim Millard, nice to hear from you. Congratulations. Your buttons are waiting for you here at 116 Industrial Park Crescent. I've got a couple more left. So, tell me, in English, what does the word bon, bon, in French, what does it mean in English? Send that to me via email, timothy@superiormedia.ca or Facebook Live, and you will win some of the leftover buttons.
Are we 116 or 16?
116 Industrial Park Crescent. Yeah.
Good.
Have a great weekend.
Thank you so much to KC Security for sponsoring the show. Have an awesome weekend. You as well.
Opening ceremonies tonight, fireworks, music, all down at the machine shop.
And you know what? It's nice and mild. Get out there, bundle up, and have a hoop. See you Monday.